I'm really excited to get into these introductions and share with you who is going to be taking us through this conversation about moving from a corporate role into entrepreneurship. First, I'm excited to introduce Gladys Castro. Gladys is a business credit advisor with over 8 years of experience. She has helped hundreds of entrepreneurs launch and expand their business by helping them access capital, including loans. She loves to work with entrepreneurs in both English and Spanish. Hi, Gladys.
Hi, everyone. Great to meet you all.
It is so wonderful to have you here. And next, we have Jessie Armenta. Jessie is a dynamic entrepreneur who at 43 has transitioned from a successful 13-year career in corporate management at Toyota Motor Sales, North America, to fulfilling their lifelong dream of entrepreneurship. After careful deliberation, they launched a cafe in 2019, which 2020 was a big year of change for everyone. And since then, they have expanded into food and catering despite the challenges that the pandemic brought on. Their journey is marked by resilience and adaptability and is a testament to the spirit of entrepreneurship. Jessie, we're so excited to have you here.
Thanks for having me. It's an honor. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. All right, so we have so many good questions and things to get through, so I'm just going to jump right into it. Gladys, as a coach, so I know you meet with tons of entrepreneurs. What do you see as the pivotal moment or a key motivation from your clients who make this transition from corporate to entrepreneurship?
Sure, yeah. Many of my clients I work with reach the pivotal moment when they feel confident in their business. And me being on the more cautious side, I also encourage my clients to have everything aligned so they are in a confident place to start their business. So for some clients, this means working their full-time or part-time jobs while they launch. And for others, this means going all in, right? Like taking that decision, taking that leap, and leaving their job. So if you're getting ready to make that decision, I encourage you to take a hard look at the vision you have for your business, your skills, and your financial situation. If these align, great. And if not, what can you change now to be better prepared to launch in the future? And of course, always keeping the why in mind with every decision you make, right? Why are you starting your business? What's the long-term goal? And I think being well prepared and keeping your why in mind can create that pivotal moment to help you launch.
Yeah, that is so key in having that why as a cornerstone, because entrepreneurship starts as like a little seed, right? And then how do you make that jump? Those are great sides. Okay, so another key piece is, the stability of a corporate job to the uncertainty of entrepreneurship, which is huge. That's a really big hurdle. So how do you recommend individuals prepare for the shift from the stability of corporate to maybe the uncertainties of entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big one. I think organization is a big piece of it. And, to my earlier point and Gladys's earlier point, being really organized with what money you have, what money you need, and what you're going to do with that money. And the other piece of that is having some contingency, right? I always I always joke that everything costs twice as much as you think it's going to cost, and it's going to take twice as long. And that has pretty much proven to be true for me in all the things I've done, whether it's buying a condo or whatever it is I've done. It's always been more than I had budgeted for. And starting this business has been no different. And, yes, we had an extra layer of complexity opening during COVID. So even the runway we had ran out pretty quickly. And so, that piece of it leads me to the point where you can only prepare so much, right? And so, being as organized and prepared is key. You should absolutely do that, but also understand that entrepreneurship, certainly in the early days, will never provide you the same security as a corporate job. It is just a different animal altogether. And so you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And for some people really love that feeling of exhilaration, right? not knowing what tomorrow's going to bring. And most of us are somewhere in the middle, right? I'd like to know how my rent is going to get paid. I like to know that kind of stuff. I don't need to know a whole year out, but at least like to know I can lay my head somewhere for the next, few months. But I say all that to say that, planning is important, having all of that written down, speaking to a financial advisor, knowing where all your dollars are going to go, making sure you have a contingency plan, but also know that you may run through that contingency plan way faster than you planned for. And so being able to think quickly on your feet, reach out to the resources out there, because they're out there, and Accion is one of them. There are grants for small businesses. Talk to your accountant. Don't skimp on an accountant. Spend money on an accountant. There are things early in your journey that you can save money on. Account is not one of them. Because they can give you so much insight into the tax code, what benefits you qualify for. That could almost be like an infusion of cash, right? What you're able to write off on your taxes from when you had a corporate job, that's money, that's real money you get back that you could put into your business. So I can talk about that forever, but I would say those are really high level, great things to be thinking about.
Yeah, those are excellent points, and kind of balancing, like, you'll have some uncertainty, but you get some people to build some foundations around you, like accountants and whatnot. Gladys, I'd love to ask you the same question.
Yeah, I agree with everything Jessie said. Owning a business is tough, and unless you're a fortune teller, there really is no way to predict everything that will happen with your business, right? Both good and bad. So what I've learned from my clients is that you really have to be prepared to adapt. Your business will have its ups and downs, and the best thing you can do is plan ahead as best as you can, right? And like Jessie mentioned, some of these things are going to go as you plan, and some of them are not. But the more you can plan, I think the better. And one way to do this is to know your industry in and out. So stay up to date with the trends and other factors that may affect it, and figure out things like its busy times, its slow times, things like that, so you can plan around these things. If you are still trying to figure these things out, it's okay to take some time to do your own market research while you have the financial stability of a corporate job, or that stability, right? But of course, adapt as you grow. If financial stability is what scares you the most, I recommend you create a budget for every aspect of your business and of your personal life, right? So creating like a marketing budget, a budget for like seeking help, right? For hiring an accountant, like Jessie mentioned, or for taking certain classes or courses, whatever it is that you may need, but budget everything in there. And of course, having a few months of savings can also help make that transition more comfortable, as it may relieve some of that financial stress. So again, it just goes back to, where are you at, right? Are things aligning for you? How much savings do you have? How much can you actually spend on launching this business? And I also recommend that you keep tabs of your cash flow as consistently as you can. You don't need to have a fancy accounting system to help you figure out how much money is coming in and out, but you have to find a system that works for you and that will keep you consistent. So if it's, meeting with an accountant once a month, or my mom is an entrepreneur, she sits down every single day at the end of the night and does her books on an actual journal. But that works for her, right? Because she's been having a business for 30 years. So before even QuickBooks was a thing online. So whatever keeps you consistent is really what's gonna help you with that transition.
Yes, I love that. I love that your mom's like the OG of keeping track of her books. And what I heard in that was that she is consistent, so she knows she's gonna sit down and do it. And then having an understanding, like, what is my appetite? Like, am I going to be, as diligent as Gladys's mom? I feel like I would say no. So let me sign up for an accountant or QuickBooks, So just trying to build in those pieces to keep you organized, like you said, is so key. I really want to thank Gladys and Jessie I feel like it's been a really helpful conversation. And to those of you who have taken the time out of your busy days to make time for this, I hope you were able to get something out of this that you can apply and move forward and maybe step into entrepreneurship this year fully.